Thank you so much. My name is Gurmeet Kaur Matharu. I'm a third year PhD candidate. Um, I already done my ICR in last December, and I have planned to complete my analysis this month, which couldn't be possible because, as most of you know, that I had cancer. So, but I'm all right now, and uh, thank you. Um, all recovered now, yeah. So I haven't been in my study mode for a long. So yesterday I planned not to present, but with the support of all my colleagues, I thought I'll just share my ICR slides with you and talk about my research a little bit and rewind my things again. Okay. So the title of my PhD is Understanding the Consumer Behavior Towards Plant-Based Foods, an application of capability, opportunity, motivation, and behavior, the Combi model in an Australian context. Uh, First of all, I would like to respectfully acknowledge the Yugambeh people, the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and pay my respect to their elders, past and present, and all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. I'm mindful that within and outside the buildings, the country always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Over the past 5 decades, meat consumption globally has increased by around 30%. Our diets have shifted from sustainable foods towards more meat-based food. Because of this, animal agriculture has become more industrialized. And because of this industrialization of animal agriculture, there has been a rise in environmental problems and animal cruelty. Hence, there is a need to shift our behavior from meat-based food to plant-based food. However, moreover, to save the planet, consumers should reduce their meat consumption, especially in the Western nations such as United Kingdom, USA, and Australia. Scholars recommended that these nations should decrease their beef consumption by 90% and consume 5 times more legumes, soybeans, and nuts. Um, in my last Praxis conference, I talked about my lit review and theoretical model. So I'll talk about how I collected my data. So the research problem in my thesis is how do capability, motivation, and opportunity influence the consumer behavior, that is Combi model, towards plant-based food for different consumer dietary types. And the research questions are, how does capability, opportunity, and motivation influence behavior in the Combi model in the context of plant-based food? And the second question is, how do the Combi components influence consumer behavior towards plant-based food across 7 different consumer dietary types? That is omnivores, flexitarians, lacto-vegetarians, lacto-ovo-vegetarians, pesco-vegetarians, vegetarians, and vegans, which hasn't been studied before in the literature. So they have studied 2 or 3 categories in all the studies, but not considered all the 7 categories. So this is the conceptual model of my thesis, and this is based on the basic Combi model. And in this, you can see that capability has 3 domains: skills, knowledge, and behavioral regulation. Motivation has 7 domains: self-identity, optimism, intentions, belief about consequences, belief about capabilities, emotions, reinforcement. And then opportunity has 2 domains: environmental context and resources, and social influences. So then these COM domains, capability, motivation, and opportunity, influences motivation. And then moreover, there are 7 consumer dietary types that gives moderating effect on the relationship between 3 COM domains and the behavior. So on capability and behavior, motivation and behavior, and opportunity and behavior. So in total, there are 11 hypotheses in my study. For my pilot study, or the entire study, I applied the quantitative approach. The strategy used in this research was an online survey through questionnaires. A structured questionnaires containing 13 constructs and 59 items was designed in Qualtrics. We did the pre-testing with 10 SCU academics and doctoral students and asked for their suggestions and amended some wording of questions. And then for pilot study, data was collected from SCU staff and students to check the feasibility, reliability, and validity of the online survey. We collected 150 responses, and after deleting missing responses, we left with 108. Then we did the descriptive analysis and principal component analysis to check which factors lie on which domains. After collection of data, we found that out of 108 respondents, the majority of them are omnivores, which is obvious, and flexitarians, which is a good news. But there are good numbers of vegans and lacto-ovo vegetarians as well. The reliability was evaluated with the Cronbach alpha, calculated for all 13 variables and found to be adequate. Means of all 13 variables were between 4.16 to 5.61, which shows that respondents have a positive attitude towards plant-based foods. For example, skills and knowledge have mean values of 5.61 and 5.29, indicating that respondents think that they have adequate skills and knowledge to prepare vegetarian and plant-based foods. So from pilot data, we found that all the variables were positively and significantly correlated with each other. The only variable which is not correlated with other variables is optimism, and which is obvious because when we did the talk with SCU academics and doctoral students, they also asked me why you added the optimism questions. There is no link between other variables and the optimism regarding plant-based foods. So, but because it was part of the combi model, so I have to use, and I know that it will give the same results, and that's what happened in the results as well. So optimism is not correlated with skills, knowledge, behavioral regulations, self-identity, intentions, belief about consequences, belief about capabilities, emotions, reinforcement, and other factors. And there is other variable, which is environmental context and resources and emotions, which have been not found correlated as well. So, and after checking the feasibility and the reliability of the pilot data, we made some changes in the online survey, and we deleted some items from belief about consequences and moved from one item from intention to behavior, as it was lying on the behavior domain during factor analysis. For the main survey, data was collected from social media networks such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and WhatsApp, and again with the SEU emails after changing the survey. We use the virtual snowball sampling and self-selection sampling to collect the data, and using multi-sampling framework. We collected 895 responses, and after data screening, I left with 825 completed responses. So let's see. So the next step is to analyze the data through SPSS, MOS, and smart PLS softwares. I already cleaned the data and did the descriptive analysis and correlation analysis. So this is my data analysis plan, which should be finished now, but not yet. You never know. So here is the descriptive of dietary from my main survey data. So out of 825, we found that 239 are omnivores, 179 are vegans, 149 flexitarians, and other categories are also good in number to make a comparison between all dietary types. And there is a profile of sample of my main survey respondents. If you look at the age, they are from all categories. All are good in number except 64 plus. And from education, the highest number of participants from bachelor, followed by postgraduates and certificate 4 and 3 and 4. If you look at the gender, females are more than double than males, which is common in these studies. Yes, Megan? Female always respond. So females are more than double. If we look at the income level, it's fairly distributed as per the Australian population income levels. And as I collected data from SCU emails, and we have campuses in New South Wales and Queensland, so Obviously, we have more respondents from Queensland and New South Wales, but there are a good number from Victoria and as well as and from Western and Southern Australia as well. The question about place of residence shows that most of the respondents from major cities, followed by inner regional, outer regional, and remote. And regarding children, most of the respondents have one child, followed by 3, 2, and more than 3. So I have done up until this, up to here. So my hopefully from Monday I'll start working on my analysis, and next year I'll show you all my final results. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So no questions, please. No, I knew that. Oh, flexitarian. So flexitarian, yeah, they are very interesting. So they basically are meat eaters, but they want to change their diet to vegetarians. So they are not yet vegetarians. So they are still eating meat, but occasionally. They are trying to reduce their meat consumption. So suppose Megan is having meat once a week. So she will be counted as a flexitarian. Yeah. So they are. No. Okay. Mostly plants. Eat meat occasionally. Yeah. That's some more problems for me. More categories, more problems. Already I'm dealing with 7 categories. Yeah. Hi. Sorry. Oh, I think, yeah, I had that. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, there must be. Yeah, they had. I'm not sure, but maybe I missed in my table or, yeah, I'll check. Thanks for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, even I was not expecting that, but with the help of my friends as well, like you guys shared on social media, yeah. But it was a good planning, I can say, because I know that I have to collect data through social media. So what I did, I start planning in advance, and I joined all the vegan, vegetarian uh, groups in on Facebook and other platforms, and so well in advance, not when I was about to collect data, so that they don't think, yeah, she just joined and she just want to distribute her. So so I contacted their admins and joined their groups, and well in advance, and all the vegans in Gold Coast, in Adelaide, and different, I checked all. So I have a list I can show you. um, so they were, yeah, so these are the groups which are, so yeah, so yeah, so these are all Facebook, so these are all groups which I joined and sent myself with them. And so it's all LinkedIn groups, pages and groups. Of, yeah, yeah, I'm lacto-vegetarian, so I already mentioned that I'm not vegan. I'm lacto-vegetarian, but they were happy still to do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I really told them that I'm lacto-vegetarian and we research on this topic. So yeah, so these are the yeah, these are all the groups that yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, but I had to spend a lot of time on these groups to chat with them on their activities and then sharing recipes and all that. And because I love cooking as well, so I shared a lot of recipes in their groups and chat with them, and so that they know that that's why they. Otherwise, if you share this your survey, most of them just flick through. Yeah, and so when I shared, I on the first day I got like 200 something surveys completed, and yeah, even my supervisors, when I asked them that we are doing social media first, so they said no, it's Australian, because you if you know that I done my masters from Indian population, so they said it's easy with Indian population to collect data through social media and all these things, but not Australian population. So they said you will not collect this much of numbers and all that. So I said just try it first, and if not, then we will buy survey through other channels and those. But it was good, so I did not need to collect from other sources. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because people are smart. They know that yesterday she joined and today she's asking for doing a survey, which is mean basically. Yeah, 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 yeah. So and most of them responded also in messages and all that. So giving suggestions, you remember, so that they should be in the survey, and this the question is confusing. So they also participated like that, which is also good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I sent. Yeah, yeah. So my pilot is from Yeah, so it's from emails as well. But first I sent my pilot data was different survey when I sent through emails, and then we did some changes. Yeah, so there is a. So if you send the same survey to SU, you can't include in your main survey data. So my pilot data and questionnaire was different. Then I made some changes as per the results of the findings of the pilot data, and then distribute the different survey to SU emails again. So that's the procedure. Yeah, you can't say that it's from my pilot and you can add in your mail. It's unethical. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I beef. Uh, no, I'm not. No, I don't think so. But yeah, because my thesis is basically from marketing point of view. Yeah, so I'm checking the combi model and the factors, and like how Australian consumers, like what's their behavior, yeah, towards transitioning towards plant-based food. So it's all about from marketing point of view, not yeah. I'm not getting into the benefits of plant-based food. Yes, I'm lacto vegetarian, but I'm not saying that you should change. I'm studying only their perspective, whether they would like to change, what's their behavior. So whether they find it easy to make, whether they find that easy to find in the supermarkets or not. So that's what these all factors. Yeah. Hi, Shiv. Yeah, sure. Don't have time. Yeah. Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah, 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 if I don't have time limitations, I'll definitely do all these extra things. But my 6 months wasted, and I was just when I was just lying down on bed, the only tension I have, oh, it's one day waste, one more day waste, one like 7 months wasted. So yeah, because it's a big time for international students because they have minimum 3 and maximum 4 to finish, and visa implications as well. And because I had done masters by research before, so I know the time limitations. And I request all international students to please utilize your time to the fullest, because you have time limitations. Because in the first, second year, you think, oh, we have time, we will do at the end, we will do at the end. But at the end, there are a lot of things to do. Uh, proofreading takes like sometimes 2 months. Nobody is available, this and that, and funds are not available. So many problems at the end. And even in my master's by research, I found that even the examination process takes 6 months, the whole process. Like first I send to my director, he will make changes, send it back to me, I have to do some changes, then send again, then examination, you never know when it come back. My one examiner took 9 weeks. So and then it come, and then you have 3 months to revise. So when you are domestic, you don't see these things, but when you are international, every day counts. So yeah, so 6 months, just make it plan that you need 6 months at least for your examination, because for applying another visa, you need a degree in your hand. So if you don't have, you can't say, I have submitted my thesis, can I have my 485 visa? No. When you have a degree in your hand, then only you can apply for post-study visa. Yeah. So please, I request all internet, because life is unpredictable. You never know what comes next. Well, we want to thank you.
Gurmeet, thank you so much for your presentation.